Hi, this is Niall from Copper and Candles. Thank you for buying my tutorial, and this is the lamp that you will be making. It's called Buy the Lamp and it's perfect for anyone who misplaces their keys. Okay, let's have a quick look at the finished product. Okay, as you can see, it's made with 3/4 inch pipe, and here we have the gate valve the lamp switch, which I'll be getting into in detail during the video. Well, I hope you have fun making this lamp, and I hope it turns out as well as you expect. Enjoy the video. Okay, here are the tools you will need for this project. You will need a pipe wrench, a high quality pipe wrench. You will need a channel locks, as you see here. You will also need 2 adjustable wrenches. You can open and close with ease. You will also need a pen that you can mark with. You will need long nose pliers, also a torpedo level, and 2 screwdrivers, a star head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. You will see a flathead here and a star here, or a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, you will need a craft knife or a knife and some kind of files. A flat file, maybe a round file. Okay, next you will need a junior hacksaw. Of course, you will need a measuring tape, and you will need a pipe cutters for copper pipe. For your electrical, you will need strippers for your electrical wire, and you will need a small bench vise. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here we have epoxy that you will also need. This cures in 20 minutes. It will harden in 20 minutes. You will see it has 2 colors, a purple and a blue. I don't use this. The one I use is from the same company. It's yellow and red, and this cures in 5 minutes. So it hardens very quickly. I find this one better to use, so it's up to you. If you need to work longer on it, you can use the 20-minute one. Also, you will need some Winol or Brassol, something to polish metal, and a cloth for using with it. So you will polish your copper using the Winol. You will need some toothpicks. This is for your glue, to mix your glue and to put your glue on the metal. There is another way to polish that I will show you later on in the movie. Okay. Next you will need some wire connectors, small size wire connectors that you will push the wires in. The wire will go in each side and you will crimp it to keep the wire in place, and you can also get some plastic wrap, shrink tubing, that you can put over that as well for safety. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to use your pipe cutters. Let's say we want to cut a 10-inch piece. You will use your tape, put your nail where it is 10 inches and use your nail as the guide. So open your pipe cutters, put the wheel against your nail, which is the 10-inch mark, and tighten it just a little bit. Now you can twist your pipe cutters all the way around. Make sure you get all the way around the pipe, and then give it another little twist, or another little tighten, sorry. Don't over tighten it, just a little tighten, then go around the pipe. This is a thick pipe, that's why it's taking a while to cut. You can either actually go back and forth too and twist the pipe with your hand. Then give it another little tighten, back and forth, and keep doing this until the pipe breaks. As I said, I'm using a thicker pipe. You can use different grades of pipe. This is a thick grade, and it's strong and heavy. Okay, there we go, a 10-inch piece of pipe. Okay, let's look at some fittings. Here we have a 3/4 T. You will need two 3/4 inch T's, copper T's. Also, you will need a 3/4 by 1/2 inch T. You can see that in the middle, this piece here is 1/2 inch, and the two other sides are 3/4. You'll need one of them. You will also need a 3/4 inch 90, only one. You will need a female 1/2 inch MPT to 3/4 fitting. So 1/2 inch threaded piece to 3/4 fitting. You will also need male 1/2 inch NPT to 3/4. So 3/4 pipe and a 1/2 inch thread. Two of these. You will also need two 3/4 inch caps. And you will also need a 1/2 inch cap. 1/2 inch is smaller, of course. You can see 3/4 is bigger than 1/2 inch. You will need 1/2 inch NPT by 1/8 for your socket, or whatever fits your socket. Bring your socket to the store and they will give you the proper fitting. But I think this one works perfect for most sockets. 1/2 inch, and don't worry, I will be putting a list of these fittings, as you can see here, so you can take the list with you to the plumbing store. Okay, there's one mistake I made. As you can see, I have to pull the wires out either side of that T. So get your long nose pliers and pull one of the wires through to the other side of the T. So you have one wire going out each side of the T. Thank you. So here you have a list of all the fittings you will need. I'm pointing them out in order of the list. So you can bring this to the plumbing store with you. Okay, here we have the pipe, also in order. We have a 10-inch piece, 6 3/4 inch piece, two pieces that are 4 inches long, one piece that is 2 inches long, two pieces 1 3/8 inches long, and a piece of 1/2 inch pipe 4 inches long. You can see I have it in red because it's the only piece of 1/2 inch that you will need. And you will also need a 3/4 inch P-trap, a copper P-trap. You will get this in the plumbing store or any store that does air conditioning. They might have it, and that's all you will need. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to glue your pipe to your fittings. So get your epoxy. This is the 5-minute epoxy that I use. I like it better. You know, you don't have to glue every fitting all at once. Just do 2 or 3 pieces at a time, so you're not left with a lot of epoxy wasted. So just put a little bit on the paper, enough for 2 or 3 fittings. Mix it well, mix it good, using your toothpick. Okay. So give that a good mix, and then get a few drops on the toothpick. Okay, so we're going to glue this T to the 6 3/4 inch pipe. So this is 6 3/4 long, and don't put it on the pipe. Do not put the glue on the pipe, put it in the fitting. Only in the part of the fitting that you're actually going to glue, of course. So we're going to glue the middle of the T, so you'll get a few drops on the toothpick and just twirl it around inside the middle of the T. Okay, give it a good twirl around, make sure you get it everywhere. And yeah, put a few drops each time and just keep spinning it around and get it all over the inside of the piece that you're going to glue. Okay, as I said, this is the 6 3/4 inch long piece of pipe that we're going to put into this T. So I'll just put a little bit more on the bottom there. Then I'll get my 6 3/4 inch long piece, put it in the T, and make sure it's in all the way. Okay, leave it down and don't put too much because you don't want it to come out the edge of the T where that just looks ugly. Alright, so we're going to glue your base. So first get your 4-inch pieces. Put some glue in the cap, glue in your 4-inch piece. Put some glue in the other cap, glue in your 4-inch piece. Okay, get your T that we just glued before, put it in both sides, put some glue in both sides, and put in your 2 4-inch pieces. So that's all glued together. Make sure all the pieces are in. Then we need another T, and we're going to put glue in one side. Not in the middle, not on the other side, only one side. Then put that T onto the base. Now this has to be looking up straight, not to the side, looking up straight. For that, we will use your torpedo level. So put your torpedo level on top of the T and turn your T whichever way you need to turn it, right or left, until the bubble is in between the 2 lines. Okay? Alright, we're looking good. I will put the torpedo level down flat now and show you the bubble itself. Okay, we can see the bubble there, but it's not lying flat. Hang on. Okay, look at the bubble there. It has to be in between the 2 lines. That means that it's level and your pipe stick and your T is level. Okay, now we're going to glue your stem and your keyring holder. So, your 1 3/8 piece, and this is the T and a 1/2 inch with a 1/2 inch in the middle. So put some glue on the top of the T, put in your 1 3/8 piece, put your glue in your female adapter with a 1/2 inch thread on the top, Put some glue inside that and slip it over the 1 3/8 piece. Okay, don't do anything else. Now get your 1/2" cap, put some glue in the 1/2" cap, and put in your 1/2", 4" long 1/2" pipe, put it in, and leave it. Next we have your 10" long piece of 3/4" pipe. Put the glue in this side of the 90, only one side of the 90, not the other side, only one side of the 90. Put in your pipe and leave it. When that is hard, you can come back to your 3/4 by 1/2" T, put some glue inside the 1/2", and put in your 1/2" pipe. And you're done. That's it. Okay, next we're going to cut your 1/2" your 3/4" P-trap. We're going to cut 3 3/4 inches from the top of the P-trap. So measure down 3 3/4 inches. Get your pen or your marker and mark it. Now we're going to cut that off using your pipe cutters. Okay, so you put your pipe cutters around that and cut it. I have one cut already. I'll show you. Okay, here's one that I already have cut. So here is your full P-trap. Here is your cut P-trap, and here is the piece that I will use. Okay, so you will need a big pipe wrench, as you see here. Also, you will need a channel locks. Along with the channel locks, you will need 2 adjustable wrenches, maybe a small and a medium. Also, you will need a vise that you can just hook onto your table. A small vise like this is fine. You will also need a 1/2" gate valve, as you see here, along with a Keyring Technologies Rotary Switch. I will talk about this a little bit more in the next clip. Okay, you will need a 1/2" water gate valve. There are different types of gate valves. The one I've chosen to use has a brass insert inside, and it goes, if you look, it goes up and down. You can also use a different type that has a rubber washer that goes up and down, but I have chosen to use this type. So you will need this as your switch, and also you will need a Keyring Technologies or 135 BL Rotary Switch. You can get this online or maybe in an electrical store. Okay, so I want you to open your gate valve, open it up fully, and next you will get your channel locks and grip your gate valve using the channel locks. You don't have to squeeze too hard, but hold it firmly so it doesn't fall. Okay, get your adjustable wrench And with your adjustable wrench, I want you to loosen the nut on the top of the gate valve. This nut will not be on tight, so it will come off very easy. Okay, so loosen this nut and take off the handle. Keep these safe because you will be using them again. Next, get your wrench again, your adjustable spanner, sorry, and loosen the nut. Okay, when this nut is loosened, you can put it with the handle of the gate valve. Okay, next you are left with the bonnet nut. Now this is on very tight and may be difficult to get off. You can see where I'm pointing here. This is called a bonnet nut. Okay, for the bonnet nut you will need this pipe wrench. Slide, don't push it in, slide your valve into the pipe wrench where it sits snug and you can hold it in place with your hand. Now with your channel locks you're going to try and loosen this bonnet nut. Okay, it will take a bit of power, but eventually it should come off. And keep twisting it off. Okay, you will need your full strength to get this off. And there we go. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this is the bonnet nut that you've just loosened and taken off. Now, what you have in your right hand, not this part, yes, this is called a stem. So you will just take off this brass piece here on your left with the stem. Okay? What you're going to do is saw that threaded piece on the left. You're going to saw that flush. See my finger is pointing there? You will saw this off flush with that ring piece. I will show you next. Okay, so with your vise, put the ring piece into the vise, leave about a finger space so you can work comfortably. Okay, give it a good tighten. You will not need that threaded piece again, so it's okay if it's damaged. Okay, where my finger is there, you will put the saw blade against that and saw straight down. Okay, so you're going to saw straight down with your saw blade against the stem. Okay, nearly there. It became a bit loose, so if it comes loose, just give the vise another tighten like that. and carry on sewing through the threaded piece. Okay, so now you have your threaded piece. You can discard this, throw it away if you want, or recycle it. So let's move on to the next piece. Okay, here you can put the nut back on the stem, just so you can hold it properly in vise. And now, give it a little tighten, not too much. I want you to push it up from the bottom and just file it as flat as you can. You can use different files, a flat file, a round file, any file you have. And just keep filing until you can get it flat as possible. Okay, now put your Keyring Technologies rotary strip in your vise and just barely tighten it, don't damage it, and just file the top of it a little bit, not too much. That's fine, that's perfect. Don't have to file too much. Now with your knife, I just want you to make lines. This will help the glue to adhere better. So just make lots of lines on your Keyring Technology switch. And be careful you don't cut your finger. Okay, here you can see lots of lines. Perfect. Okay, so now you get your epoxy glue. A lot of people use JB Weld, which is very good. This is very similar, but it's clear, and it hardens in 5 minutes. It's very quick to harden. So you put out your equal amounts of epoxy, and you mix them together using a toothpick. So you give that a good mix together. Make sure you get every part of it. Now, when you've mixed your epoxy, you're going to put drops of it on top of your Keyring rotary switch. I'm getting on confused. Okay, so just put some drops on top of the rotary switch, just like this. And make a kind of a dome. Fill it up. This hardens in 5 minutes and it is extremely strong, just like JB Weld, which is advisable to use too. And fill it up till you have a nice round dome. Next, you're going to get your valve, or sorry, your stem, the stem that we just cut with the hacksaw. And you're going to put it in the center on top of the rotary switch. Hold it in the center, hold it steady, and it should balance if you have it filed flat. Alright, here we go. After about 10 minutes, you can leave it for 24 hours to get the maximum strength, but it's perfectly glued, hardened, and on your stem. Okay, so now you get your valve T and you put the wires through. You can pull your stem back in place with your rotary switch on it, and tighten it. Turn it right to tighten. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you might have to go back to get it into the right groove, and then right to tighten. Okay, I want you to try and put some glue if you can. If you can't, it's fine. Your switch is not going to go anywhere. Put some glue inside where the bottom of the rotary switch is. Okay, you will see me now. I will just get a little bit of glue at the end of my toothpick, and I will just put a few drops inside the T to adhere the rotary switch to the T. If you can't do this, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, so put your valve into your vise. Don't tighten it too much. All you're going to do is get your handle, put it back in place, and screw your nut back on. Use your adjustable wrench for this. Hold the handle and tighten it. And there you go. Okay, and we are finished the gate valve switch. That will turn on and off your lamp, the light of your lamp. Okay, you can use a ground wire with 3 wires if you want, but I'm using just 2 wires. The live and the neutral. My house is grounded already. Okay. So you're going to pull it through your gate valve. Pull the lead that you're going to be using for your lamp, pull it through so you have enough lead on either side, a few feet to play with. Okay, so we need to find the live wire. You can see I'm pulling it through there. I will just make a little nick in the cloth so I can see what wire is underneath it. I can see it's the neutral, so I will cut the other one. I want to cut the live wire. So I get the live wire, get my snips, cut it in half. Okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to connect this live wire to one end of the rotary switch, There we go. Hang on a second, I will just pull this end of the live wire out. I will be cutting that in a minute. Okay, so I will join this live wire to this end of the rotary switch and this live wire to the other end of the rotary switch. Okay, I will show you to do that next. Okay, so you will put your live wire into the wire connector and you will crimp it down just like that, so it holds it in place firmly, it won't come out again. You will cut your rotary switch wire short and put it in the other side of the connector. Get it in there all the way and crimp it again. Okay, you can crimp the two of them and you can do the same on the other side. Okay, once you have them joined, you can test them with a phase or line tester to make sure everything's safe, and you can put some shrink tubing around it so it'll be nice and safe. Okay, so you can see I put some shrink tubing on mine. Now we're going to get our 1/2 inch male thread by 3/4 fittings and we're going to tighten them. So screw them in both sides. Then you're going to get your channel locks. I have mine the wrong way around now, but I will change it in a minute. Get your adjustable wrench the right size. Okay, so we're going to tighten them all together simultaneously. They will counteract each other. So just tighten away like that, and all three of them will tighten together nice and tight. And there we go. Looking good. Make sure there's no wires that are going to hit off any metal at all. It would be very dangerous. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're going to connect your P-trap now. So pull your lead all the way through the P-trap and we're going to glue it together. So you have your 2-inch piece of pipe. So put some glue in the bottom of the male connector, the male adapter. Pull your 2-inch piece of pipe over the lead and push that 2-inch piece of pipe into the bottom of the male adapter. Okay, next pull that lead through the P-trap, put some glue on the male adapter again, just like that, and put your P-trap into the male adapter. Now the P-trap might take a little bit, but push it, make sure you push it down all the way down. Okay, now we want this light switch to be facing up. The gate valve has to be facing up, and of course it has to be facing straight up or it won't look good. So put your P-trap flat on the table, make sure the light switch is facing straight up, and you can use your torpedo level again to put it on the gate valve switch to make sure that everything is level. Just like this. and we're looking good. Okay, let's move on to the next piece. Okay, now we're going to pull the wire through the T of the base. So make sure you pull the wire through that T, push it down, get your toothpick with some glue, some epoxy, and put it into that T. All the way around that T. Okay, and once you have it in, the glue in, you can slide your light switch valve with the P-trap on it, you can slide it into that T. Okay, something important here. You turn it around facing you. This has to be in line with the base. The P-trap has to be in line with the base, not off to the left or off to the right, perfectly in line with the base. So you can use your eyes to eye it up and make sure before the glue hardens, of course, that your P-trap is in line with the base. And you're done. Okay, so you pull your 1 3/8 piece and your stem through the wire. The wire, you will pull it through them. Put some glue on your P-trap, put in your 1 3/8 piece, make sure the wire is through it, of course. Make sure your wire is through your 10-inch piece with a 90 on it, and put some glue on that 90. All the way around that 90 with the 10-inch long piece of pipe on it. Okay, pull the wire and slide that 90 over the 1 3/8 piece. If you cut it correctly, you should not be able to see any pipe. Okay, and you're looking good, but not finished yet. Okay, before the glue hardens, you have to make sure that this stem is level, not falling like it is now. So you get your torpedo level, and you will make sure that it's level both ways, this way and this way. It has to be in line with the base, and it has to be level this way too. So get it level, and then maybe you can hold it if you want for 5 minutes until it hardens, or you can put something against it. Put something against that stem until it's hardened. Okay, everything is hardened. Now I'm going to connect the key holder. You can see I have my wire stripped already, so put some glue in the bottom of that T, pull the wires through, and slide it down over the stem. Make sure it's in line with the base, of course. Everything has to be in line, and you're good. Okay, now we're going to connect the brass fitting that will hold your socket. It's 1/2 inch thread by 1/8. Okay, you feed your wire through, put it down, and screw it into the female adapter. Give it a tighten with your wrench. Okay, hold it so you counteract everything so nothing gets damaged or moved. And now you have the socket. My socket here that I'm using actually has a switch on it, but it doesn't work. It's an old socket I found lying around, but I like it, so I'm going to use it. I will cut off that pull pull switch later. Okay, so put your nut over everything, then feed your wires through the bottom of the socket. Don't forget every part, the cardboard part there you need. Screw the bottom of the socket onto your brass adapter. Your wires will be sticking out. And next you're going to wire up the insides of your socket. You will see there's a brass and a silver. You will connect the brown wire, which is the live, to the brass. I think it's black in America. And you will connect the blue wire to the silver, and I think that's white in America. That's the neutral. So you connect them up. Okay, here's mine connected up. So you will push them wires down. Hang on. A bit of trouble, there we go. Okay, so push them down. Hold your socket in place. Put on your cardboard sleeve. There we go. Put on your brass housing or cover. And righty-tighty again. Tighten the bottom nut. And there you go. Your beautiful socket is on the top. There might be a little screw and some like that. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, so everything should be in line now with the base. One straight line, and it should be no other way. If you keep it all in line and make sure everything is level, it should look just like this. Okay, next we have the end of your lead, the end of your wire. And we're going to put a socket on that. But first, in the car stores, you will find something like this. I don't know what it's called. It's just like a black rubber. You will put it, the wire will fit through it. It's about the same size as 3/4 inch pipe. I think they use them in cars or something. I'm not sure exactly. I found this in a car store anyway. So you will put the wire through that and you will feed it down the wire and into the end of your T. And this will help the wire so it doesn't get nicked for safety. Here's a close-up. The wire will not hit off the copper or won't get nicked or anything. Okay. You can glue that in place if you want. Mine isn't because it fits nice and snug. So here we have the socket on the end of the lead as well. Okay, so next, the first way we're going to polish the pipe is using the Reassembly. There's many different types of polish out there for metal, but I use Reassembly. I find it very good. Or brass hull. Put a bit on your cloth and get scrubbing. The copper pipe I use is pretty old, so it will need a lot of scrubbing. So put it on there and just work it into the pipe, twist the cloth over and back. Keep doing that until you get the shine you want. You can see it's starting to shine already. I will show you a close-up here just to show you. Here we go. Here you can see the cap is nice and shiny, as down here where it's not polished, it's still old. Okay, now here we have the second way where you can do this before you actually assemble your lamp. This can be done before you, when you just cut your pieces of pipe, you can put them all into a container and pour Coca-Cola over the copper. So you will see after 24 hours your pipe will be nice and shiny. It's also a health lesson, so you can see what Coke does to the insides of your body too, if you can do this to copper. So make sure you put in enough that covers the pipe, and leave that for 24 hours. Okay, when you're finished polishing your pipe, if you don't lacquer it, it will go rustic again. So you can put some clear acrylic lacquer when it's nice and shiny. Put 2 coats on. Make sure you don't put on too thick of a coat because you will get drips down the stem or drips at the end. So don't put too much on, just 2 nice coats and you're going to look good. Okay, so 24 hours later, here is the pipe. You can see it's sparkling, shiny, brand new. So you can give that a wipe with your cloth before you even start assembling your copper pipe. So I would still advise you, even though it looks shiny now, I would still advise you to polish it when your lamp is together. So it's something you can do. I don't like to do it. The coke gets inside the pipe, it gets all sticky, and I don't like to do it like this. I just polish it when I'm finished at the end. It's a little bit of extra work because the pipe might be so dirty, but it's worth it. Okay, light it up. Here is your finished lamp. And I must say it looks beautiful. You can put a lampshade on that if you have a socket that can hold a lampshade, or I like it without the lampshade. And I think it looks amazing. And I hope your one looks amazing too. Okay, let's have a walk around on, off. Let's get some close-ups here. Nicely polished. I actually didn't lacquer it. I don't mind mine looking old and dingy. I kind of like it like that, so I will let it go naturally and see what happens. So this is my Buy the Lamp. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you understood all my directions, and I hope yours worked out nicely. Contact me if you have any questions. Subscribe, follow me. I will be putting some videos on my channel, my YouTube channel. And enjoy your lamp. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.